Here. Okay, maybe you can hear me. Hopefully so. Okay, so this is my first time doing an online live study session. So I'm kind of hanging out here because I should look in the camera to see who's going to come in. My idea is that I need to turn this down. Okay, my idea is to basically be available for the next hour to answer any questions you have about the course, any questions about your homework, Blackboard, your upcoming test next week, anything like that. So that I'm not just staring at my, camera for an hour. I have I'm not going to be on here the whole hour unless someone drops in and asks a question. I can also share my screen with you, so if you want to look at specific MAT1033C questions, we can do that. I have my Genius Pad here, so I can actually work out some problems for you if you need to. So this is my first time doing this, so I don't quite know how it's going to go and who's going to drop in, but I'm also going to record this and post the recording on our Blackboard website. So if anybody comes in, and I'll put kind of links when someone asks a question or something like that. So if you do want to watch the video later, you can just look at the important stuff and not just the entire hour. So this is a trial and error process, but I'm excited. I think I love the idea of being able to connect with you guys live. It is about a 10-second delay, which is not the best, but I'm trying something new. So please give me feedback. Feel free to email me or chat with me and let me know what you think. How can this be better? But I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys drop in this next hour. So write a chat, email me, let me know you're here. Okay. Hope you can hear me. I think you can. Okay, I want to turn my mic up just a little. Okay, so I wanted to take a second. All right, I've got a lot of things going on, so I have a lot of feedback when I talk. Anyway, so I wanted to go through while I'm waiting on any students to drop by. I wanted to show you the different important parts of your course um, in Blackboard. So let's look at week 1. So remember, all of this is due as well as you taking your test by September 12th. Keep that in mind. So you really need to be aware and make sure that you are paying attention to your time management, because you're having to do your homework, your quiz, study for the test, take the test. All of that is due September 12th. So you don't want to wait to the last minute to do this stuff. So I want to really encourage you to take the test review. So that's going to be under week 2. So if you look at week 2, I have the test 1 review. So I have a test 1 study guide that's actually paper, and you can work it out. It has the answers on there. I have a YouTube link of myself and my instructional assistant going through the answers one by one. That's here. I also have a test review in Blackboard that looks and feels a lot like test 1. So if you click here, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. It looks a lot like test 1. Just trust me on this. Okay? So you can do this test review unlimited times. And you want to do it as many times as possible to get a feel for how you input your answers, to get a feel for what type of questions are going to be on your test. And if we go back, and normally I would submit this, but just to show you guys, if we go back, if you get a score of 80% or higher before taking your actual test, you will be eligible to receive 5 extra credit points towards your test grade. So what that means is, if you eventually score at least an 80% on your test 1 review, then whatever your test score is for the actual test, I will add 5 points to it. So if you made a 75 on the actual test 1 when you take it in the testing center, and you get at least an 80% on the test review, which is here, that you can take over and over and over and over again, then that 75 will turn into an 80. Okay? So don't sleep on that opportunity. A, it's awesome practice to do the best that you can on the test. And B, it's an extra credit opportunity. Okay? So this is what's under week 2, but you should be kind of doing week 1 and week 2, like have it all in mind at the same time. Okay? Because this is only a 10-week course, so we had to kind of squeeze stuff in where normally you may have a little bit more time, but this is an accelerated paced course, so that's why it's like that. And to keep from overwhelming you guys, I'm only going to show the next week under weekly assignments. I'm not going to have the entire course listed there for you. Now, you know, if I have a student that you guys are going really, really fast and I can deal with them on a one-on-one basis, feel free to communicate with me, and I can, you know, let stuff be available for you. But as a whole, I'm just going to kind of pace you guys through the course. So also, I want to show you all of your tutoring resources. So of course, I'm going to click here under tutoring help. Of course, we've got learning support, and specifically for Osceola, we've got the Math Depot. That's actually where my office is, so feel free to stop by and come see me. But the Math Depot is where we have math tutoring. It is awesome. It is here for you free of charge. These are the hours that the Math Depot is open. Now, this is an online class, so you may not be as free to come to campus, and I totally understand that. We have here something called Smart Thinking. This is an awesome resource. So as a Valencia student, you have free access to Smart Thinking. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's an actual person, an actual tutor who is there waiting for you. So when you log in, it'll log in through Atlas. You can see it here. When you log in, you can ask a specific question, and the tutor will answer it for you. It's like a video. It's so awesome. You have a certain number of hours, maybe, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours a semester, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't know about this. So if you get close to running out of your hours, just email me and we can extend your hours. So please take advantage of this Smart Thinking opportunity to get online tutoring. So I want to show you guys that so you're aware of your resources. And I think that's all I really want to say. Okay? Don't forget we have this discussion here. I really enjoyed reading your getting to know your classmates discussions. I need to make sure that I reply to everyone. But that was so much fun. It was great to kind of get to know you guys through that simple activity. And don't forget we have the discussion boards here. So you can also post a question and then myself, maybe a classmate, can answer you on the discussion board. So I'm trying to provide lots of ways for you guys to communicate with me and each other to get the information that you need. Something else I wanted to talk about was MAT1033C. I noticed that when you guys were doing your homework, let me focus on chapter A, maybe A1. Notice when you're putting your answer in MAT1033C, really read the directions. So as you can see here, you're solving this absolute value equation, and it tells you the solutions are, you're going to input each of your solutions here, and x1, which will be this solution, is the smallest of the two. So if your answers are -1 and 1, perhaps, you would want to put -1 here and then put +1 here. And the reason why is because it's asking for that. So MAT1033C, this computer program is not going to give you credit if you don't put the smallest answer first for x1. So just take your time and read all of the directions, because I've noticed that some of you are not getting credit because you're not reading the directions. So just kind of keep that in mind. I've been replying to some emails that I've been getting concerning that. But overall, you guys are doing a great job. Most of you did your Start Here assignments, which was great. I'm really excited about this semester. So I just wanted to kind of go through these points while I'm waiting for anyone to drop in during the live session. And I will include this for anyone to watch later. But keep up the good work. I am here, and I'm going to be sitting here waiting until 3 p.m. to answer any questions. go here, and hopefully you can still hear me. I think you can. I hate to do this, but okay, I think we're good. Alright, so I'm going to choose a problem that's from section 1.3 in your homework. You may have different numbers, but let's see. Okay, so it says find an equation of the line having a slope of -2. So I'm going to say m equals -2. Okay, now I got this. This pen is a work in progress. Again, this is new for me. And the line passes through the point 5, -1. So the question is to find the equation of the line. Okay, and we want to write the answer in slope-intercept form. So we want our final answer to be in the form y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we're going to use point slope form to help us find out the equation of the line. And you can remember, okay, what form do I use? What formula would I use to write the equation if I have a point and a slope? Well, you would use the point slope formula. Okay, and that is y minus y1. Let's see, I don't like that. Let me see. Let's try something here. Okay. All right. Y minus y1. Let me get my pen correct. Okay. Equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so just to be clear, let me change my pen color and make sure you guys know what is what. So x1 and y1 is going to come from your point. This would be x1, this would be y1. And then your m is going to come from the slope. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to say y minus -11, because that's y1, equals m, which is -2, times x minus x1, which is 5. Okay, y minus -11 is y plus 11, equals, now I'm going to distribute the -2 with the x, so -2 times x is -2x, and then -2 times -5 is positive 10. Not sure why it's doing that weird line there, but we're going to get through this. Okay, so now we want to solve for y because we want it to be in slope-intercept form. So we're going to subtract 11, from both sides. So that's going to cancel out, and I'm going to have y equals, why is it doing that? That is driving me crazy. Let's see. May have to make some adjustments here. Okay. Alright, so y equals -2x. Sheesh. And then 10 minus 11 is -1. Okay, so I'm trying to write this final answer neater. Y equals -2x minus 1. I think I wrote -11. I meant to write -1. Okie dokie. Alright, so this is an example of me working out a problem for you guys based on your request. So I just picked a problem because no one was here to request anything, but I just wanted to kind of show you what is possible if you were to log in and participate in this whole chat process. So there we go. See you around.